this
Oh,
morning or something?
Jerry,
Did you
I
make a mistake?
no, I just wanted to make it really special tonight.
Oh, I see.
And
Oh, I see.
I trust you're ready with the lyrics, Jerry, as well.
I
Right.
But
want to make
but
a remark here.
Come on.
Jerry, Astrid, Daniel, and Nuno
Yes.
remembered my birthday, which is on the 10th, by the way.
this
Oh,
morning or something?
And
Jerry.
Sarah also.
All
Oh,
right. So who's on the naughty list then? Who's not going to get a present from Santa as a result of all of this? Is it just
You,
well,
me?
you are clearly.
All right, all right. We've got that. We've established that, I think, tonight. All right. Anyone else?
apart from you, everyone is fine.
Maybe I have to sing alone the song. Nobody
Yes,
wants that, do
And
they?
yes,
remember
Okay.
that.
yes. In the
But
nude.
you
He's
usually give
enjoying this
me
too
happy
much.
birthday. I don't know what happened this year.
I don't know. I feel thoroughly terrible, and I'm sure you'll think of a way for me to make it up to you.
Yeah, because now we have three issues, three pending issues.
Oh,
The
really?
sardines
Okay.
with olive oil,
Yeah, the white wine
the,
with ice
the
cube,
white wine with
and now we're not
glass.
remembering your birthday.
Yeah,
Okay, help me out here, everybody, all together now. Parabéns a
come on.
você
No,
nesta.
it's too big. It's too big. No, come on. It's fine.
Oh, she doesn't want it. Muitas felicidades, muitas anos de
Anos
vida.
de vida,
Just the
feliz.
first verse there
Yeah.
for
It's
you,
so
Jill.
long, our happy birthday song.
Oh, okay. I forget it. Another song's too long. That's not my fault. Right.
It's
Okay.
amazing.
Welcome everybody to the Dream Team session. Let's let those Dream Team stars introduce themselves. Hey, Gilda, how are you? Did you have a nice birthday?
I did. I did. But
Okay.
at the end of the day, I was a little bit tired.
Okay, fair enough. And the festivities continue. Did you do something special yesterday? Are you waiting for the weekend?
No, I did yesterday everything. That's why I was so tired.
Oh, okay. Very good. Excellent. So busy day at the office and
No,
celebrating.
I didn't go
birthday as
to the
well.
office. It was
Oh,
my
okay.
birthday.
Okay. All right. Okay. Special. And a day off today, presumably, then, with a general strike happening.
Not off. We stayed home, but working.
Yes. Okay. A day away from the office, I should say.
Yeah.
So, how's it all going in the world of migration? Things, I mean, with the general strike, not much happening at AIMA, presumably today, and things winding down for Christmas. Am I right?
Well, you know that surprisingly, I'm worked today
Did
with
they?
appointments, and we thought that they were going to reschedule the appointments, but we went with the clients anyway, and the appointments went through.
That's great news, isn't it? So
Yeah.
an act of goodwill, presumably on their part as well. There, I think Lisbon and Porto were quite hit, that, however, weren't they, by the general strike? The first we've had, I think, since 2013. And I'll probably come back to all of you with a last cultural question on how can we get this economy even better than winning Economy of the Year 2025 and get some of those boxes ticked for the demands of the strikers. Gilda, over to you.
First, we still need to discover where and how we are the first economy, because if we are, we don't know and we don't feel it.
Yes, there was a slight shock, I think, among people, but
Of course it was.
let's return to that. Maybe we'll let Pedro Franco have a go at that because it's kind of within his realm. But certainly we'll come back to that before the night's out on your views on Portugal. In case you hadn't noticed, The Economist magazine had awarded Portugal in the last couple of days Economy of the Year 2025 for this year. It was Spain last year, I think, and Portugal this year. And yeah, some surprise there. And the government didn't gloat too much about it because I think they were surprised as well, basically. Okay, Gilda, anything else to say about migration? How's it going with AIMA, the visas? It sounds like you had a pretty good day at the office today, then, in terms of the appointments with AIMA.
Yes, we were not expecting the appointments to go through because of the strike, but everything was fine. We are still having problems with the renewals because the website is having problems and uploading the documents, and also when they analyze the processes, they are dealing with all these silly mistakes that then we need to answer the mistakes that are not mistakes, or deliver the papers that we already delivered. So it's very time consuming for our team. Everyone is very tired, and people are getting very stressed because they want to go home for Christmas, and they feel that they are in limbo.
Yes.
So it was today. It was very, very stressful. Not in the office because we weren't there, but outside the office and between us, it was a very stressful day.
I did notice actually on an article about AIMA that limbo is a word recognized in Portuguese as well, isn't it? Everyone seems to understand that word, especially at the moment. So limbo can be used universally, it would appear. Okay, is that everything from you for the time being then? Actually want to ask you about NIS numbers before we move on, because I heard on the grapevine that Segurança Social were a bit upset with AIMA for making people demand the NISS, the NIS number, because it caused them a whole load of extra work as well. What's happening with that?
Okay, so it's Portugal, and they don't talk. They don't talk. There is no communication between the institutions. So AIMA said that they wanted everyone to have a NIS number. Otherwise, they were not going to accept for the renewals. And Social Security said it made no sense for retirees to have a NIS number.
Which is true, right?
More or less,
Yes.
because if you are living in Portugal, sooner or later, they can ask you for a social security number. And if you want to travel in Europe and have the European health insurance, you will need a social security number. And I believe that in the future, they are going to ask everyone to have a social security number.
Okay, good heads up.
But for this situation, it was like they put everyone in panic, saying you need a social security to make your renewal. So everyone went to the social security, and social security said, no, we are not going to provide. First, they were not providing at all. Then they were providing for people that had residency permits expired. And then there was a lot of confusion. And I think that at the end, now they are saying that for the D7s, they don't require the social security number. But it's still very confused, and we are having other problems with the social security also, because there we have some conventions with other countries that states that if you are making discounts on the social security of your home country, you don't need to make discounts in Portugal. Okay?
Oh, okay, yes.
Yes, and we have some clients in that situation. But now that they went for the renewal, they said, no, you have to make discounts here in Portugal. But the law states something different. And they say, we don't care about the law. In the Social Security, we want the discounts. And now we have this huge problem to sort out, especially with Brazilians, because they are working for Brazilian companies that have entities in Portugal. And it's a mess.
Work in progress. Let's go with work in progress. Okay, and that's going to see you through into the new year. Anything else? Sorry, because I think interrupted you. You were going to add something else.
Yes, the consulates are now beginning to go on holidays. So I don't think we should expect much until the 6th of January.
Okay, fair enough then. So that's a good not a good heads up, but at least we can alert people to the likelihood of things slowing down now and business to start again on the 6th of January. Okay, thank you for that information and that update there. Excellent. Debbie, LaRonda, and Derek and Neil also waiting until tonight to celebrate your birthday, especially with you, as I was. We'll move on to Daniel Reyes of Reyes and Pelicano. Good evening to you, Daniel. The 11th of December, there were a few things hanging about, weren't there, for a few I's to be dotted, T's to be crossed with the some of the changes to immigration law. We're not going to see anything, are we, this side of Christmas, do you think?
Well, it's at least what was publicized in the news regarding the nationality law was that the Constitutional Court should have their sentence provided until the end of this week. well, we have just one more day until the end of the week, and I'm not seeing any sentence being publicized. So, yes, this may be something that it's going to get delayed. I'm not sure actually when this will get out. I had a long day today. I just glanced into the news before I did come online, and I haven't seen anything regarding the nationality law. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Constitutional Court did not provide their sentence. Let's wait and see what's the final result. In terms of ourselves and being affected by the strike, well, our operation went normally. Today, we didn't recur to any public services, fortunately. So nothing got hindered or stopped. Well, people had to walk to come and work today because there's no tube or metro working. So it was a walking day for a lot of the lawyers that work with us. For me, I came early in the morning and there was a lot of traffic in the roads. I departed home at 7:15 and there was a lot of traffic already at that time. And now I just went to have something to eat, and there was still a lot of traffic at 8:30 in the evening in Lisbon. So from what I can see, the country stopped in the public services, transportation, schools, some hospitals, but the rest of the country was operating as normal as possible given the condition. So
amazing. And your commitment, how many kilometers did you walk this morning?
None, fortunately. I came by car, and
okay. You
I didn't walk because I do live in Lourdes.
That's why I thought I heard you said you walked.
This applied to almost everyone, but not to Daniel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
I can walk 17 kilometers, but instead of being in the office at 7:45,
yes,
8, I would be here at 10. So yes.
Sounds like you have done it before. Wow, amazing.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right.
I've done it. I did bike several times, but
very good.
walking not yet.
Hopefully, you won't have to do that. And beard weather, of course. And may I say, your beard is looking magnificent.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely magnificent. Thanks, Daniel. Anything else from law, constitution, politics that you want to comment on?
Well, the campaign for the president is ramping on.
Yes.
So it's interesting. There's a lot of the candidates are really close. So this is going to be a close tie in terms of who wins the first round. So I'm following that with interest. But apart from that, I don't think there's a lot of things happening in the country, apart from, of course, Christmas shopping, which I haven't done anything at all. So Gilda need help.
Okay, fine. Maybe we'll do that as a cultural question as well tonight. Okay, we'll come back to general strike and to the economy. I'll ask you last on this, Pedro, actually. João Amaral, I think, is here this evening as well. What's going on in the motoring industry, João Amaral?
Hello, everyone.
Olá, boa noite.
As far as I know, not much. This end of the year for us, it's very slow. We are preparing the next year. In January, we will open another location. So we are more buying than selling at this time. Okay. In the motoring, generally, I think that European Union change again the law of the emissions. Okay. It's not for 2035. I think they are planning another date, I think, or to change the to be all electric, change the emission law. It's not finished yet, but they will change the law. And it will not be in 2035.
There will be a delay, or they could bring it
delay.
A delay.
That will be a delay. Yeah, it has to be. It has to be because
too unrealistic.
There are many jobs depending on that, and the European Union cannot depend on China in the automotive industry. It's
interesting times with that. Yeah, absolutely.
And here in Portugal, we are waiting for the final law from the IUC to see if the people that paid now in November and December will be paid again in February or
Right.
later.
Yes.
But
Okay.
not news about that.
So no update on that, but we did alert people to the fact that everybody will be paying the IUC at the same time every year from, I think, February. Is that right? Of next year.
February, yeah.
Yeah, February, as you said there. Very good. And in Portugal, does anything special happen with car sales in January or at the new year? Is that how it works here with new cars?
Sorry, I didn't.
Does the Portuguese motor industry do anything special in January or at the beginning of the new year to do deals with people? It's just business as usual.
No. Normally, January it's a calm month for the automotive industry.
Okay.
So nothing special. Normally, the sales dealers want to do more sales in December because of the end of the year, the Christmas and things like that.
Okay.
They try to, but this year I didn't hear nothing major from the brands
Okay.
to do that. So I think the sales overall this year were good in the new cars and also
Yes.
in new cars. So everything is running well.
Very good. We'll come back to you. We have questions for you. Very good question as well that's come in for you, but we'll come back. Thanks for being here tonight. Much appreciated. Nuno and Gonzalo as well, working behind the scenes. How you doing, Nuno?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Good?
Nice to see you. How are things in the world of insurance? Calm, I hope?
Okay, so some news about insurance regarding health insurance. Bupa, very well-known international insurer, has settled in Portugal, but be aware that their insurance plans are very different from the international Bupa, which we will work with. So their plans are very similar to the regular ones, like from Medis, Multicare, Generali, and so on. Regarding MJN, there are some good news because they are improving their plans and not rising as much or proportionally the insurance premiums. Okay, especially in the top layer, they have reinforced a lot the plans. Okay. Just to be aware of it. And this automatically. When the insurance policy renew, the insured person get the new coverages, additional coverages. Okay.
Okay. So better than expected, perhaps.
Oh yes.
Okay.
With services and coverage that we are not used to here, like neuro rehabilitation services. Stem cell cryopreservation, and the insurance is the one that pay each year for the service.
Wow.
So yes, a lot, very good, very good benefits.
Remains a good time
Honestly.
to be with MGen then, who you can access via insurance. Anything else, Nuno?
Yeah. Yes. Now it's a time when people do a lot of travel by car also. And just to be aware that you have an insurance certificate, and the insurance certificate, you can see some crosses and some the initials of each country. And through there, you can see where your car is insured, or better, where in which country your insurance policy is valid. So usually and by default, you can consider that you are covered in all EU countries for liability. But to get the own damage coverage out of Portugal, usually you need to request
an upgrade for that.
Okay, so be aware of these now that you are start traveling during this season.
Yes.
Okay.
Good call. And yeah, all those other checks, make sure you've got your high visibility vests, ideally one for each passenger, and any paperwork that you might need to be carrying with you, and check on that. So if people want to check on their coverage, they can just give you a call, can they, to see
Oh,
what
yeah.
is
Yes, a
covered.
WhatsApp, an email.
Yeah, I was reminded yesterday. I saw an accident. Fortunately, just a little bit of a bump with some people on a roundabout. I was reminded yesterday, though, when I thought to myself, why are they still parked on the roundabout? In Portugal, if you do have a little bit of a scrape with somebody, you leave the vehicle where it is until the police arrive. That's the protocol here, isn't it?
Usually, yes.
Right. Okay. You say that with some um, weariness there, Nuno.
Yes, because many times it makes no sense at all.
Okay. All right.
But it's the practice. Yes, it is.
Okay, so leave the vehicles where they are. And what are the police coming to do? Are they coming to assess the situation and give a report themselves as well?
Yes, and also to take some measures to see where the cars are and
Okay.
to so the police, they don't express who was the guilty one for the
Okay.
accident or
Yeah.
the crash or whatever, but through the report, the insurers will decide based on the law. It's not the insurer who decides based on their beliefs, but is based on the law.
Okay.
They set who was the guilty one.
All right. Something to remember there. And
crash.
one other thing before we move on from that, in Spain from the new year, we're talking of
Hello?
European road trips. Are you there, Nuno? Can you still hear us?
Yes, now
Okay.
yes.
In Spain, I noticed there's a new device that you need to have on your vehicle. Is it some sort of transponder or emergency device that has to be carried on all Spanish cars? Are you aware of that?
Sorry, my
There's,
session just freezed for a
I'll
bit.
come back to you. I'll come back to you on that.
What are you saying?
Yeah, it was just
No,
a
no,
quick. I wondered if the same thing was coming to Portugal. In Spain, I noticed that
no,
you.
please let me know. Please
Okay,
let me know.
by law, you have to carry a new. I think it's like an emergency beacon or locator device that's
With
going.
lights and so
Yeah,
on.
I think it is. It's like an accident device, and you have to carry it. I think from the 1st of January in Spain. Is that likely to be happening in Portugal as well? Do you know?
I don't know. I know that some years ago, we need to have a pair of lights, a
Mhm.
substitution pair of lights, but I don't know if this
Oh,
is
extra
yet.
lamps, replacement lamp
Yes,
for your
yes,
headlamp.
extra
Okay,
lamps.
all
Yes,
right, very good. Okay.
but I don't know if he is yet in force or not.
Okay, well, João Amaral, I suspect, will be able to maybe help us with that later on about what we should and shouldn't carry that might come as a surprise to the foreigners. In the meantime, thanks, Nuno. Thanks, Gonzalo. Also working behind the scenes, already answering questions there. Great job, Gonzalo. Good to see you.
Good.
Hello, boa noite, tudo bem?
Boa noite. Yeah, I'm all good.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for your help this
No
evening.
problem.
Thank you for being here. I'll come back to you, Gonzalo, because I'm sure you'll have a view on The Economist giving the award to Portugal for its high-performing economy in 2025. Let's go over to our money man, though, over at EI. Good evening to you, Pedro. What did you make of this award for Portugal?
Hello, Carl.
Good evening, boa noite.
Money Man, that's a funny name.
Okay. All right. Our finance and taxation specialist. Should we stick with that?
Okay. No, Money Man is fine.
Money
Whatever.
man. Okay, you're right.
Okay. No, well, that's one of those recognitions that, I will ask you, who was recognized last year as the best economy? No one remembers. So
No. It's only because I read about it that I know. Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's well, no, everybody's making a lot of noise about this, and especially the government, of course, to leverage this news. Yeah, it's always good news to be on the front row, but it's very imagine this. So it's about our economic growth that is really, really small, but it's positive.
Mhm.
Whereas, for example, the rest of the countries in the European Union was negative. Okay.
Mhm.
Also, the inflation that was considered very low in 2025, but I think that we all feel that how is that true if prices are so high
Well,
when you
yeah.
buy stuff in the supermarket and you compare the bills of the supermarket with last year's. But it is what it is. I usually say this, that they have the rule they have the metric, they measure themselves, so they know what they are measuring. I don't know.
Very good, very good. Okay, a pat on the back.
Also, the labor market was very dynamic, so employment grew also.
Yep.
And also the Portuguese stock market surprisingly had a wonderful year.
Okay, good to know.
So it was this combination of all of these factors that made this recognition from the Economist magazine. Well, it's positive, okay, but let's not make of this a very big issue.
We'll take a little bit of credit where it's due there. Okay. And anything more generally with taxation and finance that you want to share with us tonight?
Well, regarding taxation, there's something to point out, which is in the end of November. Well, I talked about this I think 1 month ago, probably, which was a set of tax incentives that the government was presenting to making public, and they submitted an authorization, so a law proposal to have the authorization to approve this as of the beginning of the year. This is a set of laws that is going to, they think it will incentivize the housing and the leasing markets. I would like to emphasize 2 of them, so I don't want to be very long. One of them is the capital gains exemption. If you sell a secondary house and you reinvest the proceeds of the sale in a house to rent, and you can do this in the 24 months prior to the sale, or in the 3 years after the sale.
Oh, very good.
And as long as you rent the house for you cannot exceed the rent of 2,300 euros, whatever the type of the number of rooms the house had, and whatever the term of the leasing contract. Okay.
Very good. And this is to incentivize more rental stock, isn't it?
The other, yes, absolutely. The other measure was the 10% taxation on personal income tax. If you are going to rent your house, the rental income will be taxed under the 10% special tax rate.
Again, another incentive. Yeah.
Again, if the rent is below 2,300 euros.
How much of a reduction is that, Pedro? What was it before?
Well, the general rate is 25.
Okay, so that's worth having.
It's a huge reduction.
Very good.
It's very important. I think this is a shock, and I hope it makes any difference. And
for some people who thought it wasn't worth doing, it might lure them into the rental market as an investment with a tax change and improvement of that kind. Yes, absolutely. Many people, I say this many times, that many people have houses that they do not put on the market, or they don't invest in houses in houses to rent, because the rental market was very bad in the past, because the laws from from 50 years ago were very protective of the tenants. And of course, this had to change to make a dynamic rental market and to bring more so if you bring more players into the game, the prices will have more pressure to come down. Yeah, and more stock as well. That's great news. Great news. So people thinking again about maybe renting out their property, or even as an investment opportunity here in Portugal. So good news. Thank you for those highlights there, Pedro. We've got great questions coming in already. That's what it's all about on the Dream Team session. We've had our updates from our experts in the field here, helping you move to Portugal. Let's have a look. Jose Cruz, we'll come back to that, because I think we'll wrap that up with something else. But Alexander, do customs people have access to my NIF? Someone said we have a year to bring goods duty free from the date of changing our NIF to a financial residency, of course, to the Portuguese address, which we have done over a year ago to get the NHR. or would it be a year from obtaining the residency, as we heard here before? I think back to you, Pedro, on that.
Yes, so you have a period of 1 year after you become a tax resident, and they will see the way they see when you became a tax resident is when you changed your NIF, when you linked your NIF to your Portuguese address.
Okay,
So
very
that's
good.
the period.
There you go. Thanks,
Just
Pedro. Thanks.
Just to be
Go, Gilda. Yeah,
complimentary.
absolutely.
And you did that to apply for the NHR. Okay, so the clock starts how do we say that? The clock starts
Ticking.
help me.
Ticking.
Started at that point.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure what the clock was doing.
Start ticking when you change your
Thanks, Laronda.
address to Portugal in order to apply for the NHR and not according to your residency permit. Okay.
Okay. All right. So the clock starts ticking. At
It
that
also
Go on,
the
Laronda.
clock also starts counting down. Counting down,
Right,
winding down.
the metaphor is we're getting very complicated now, and even if it's a broken clock, it's right twice a day. Okay,
Exactly.
I think we've got the idea, Alexander, on that. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Gilda, and Laronda for your help on that one. Debbie's at her 4-month anniversary of applying to exchange for the US driving license. Still crickets. Oh my goodness, and even the ACP with their superpowers couldn't help on that. So still driving on a Florida license. Sorry to hear that. Daniel's bid is always magnificent. Thank you for that. Back up there, Laronda. Debbie wants to know, João Amaral of Oriscar, where is your new stand located? Where's it going to be? And we've got another question for you. Clients were asking if you could you import cars from Germany on demand? João, what are your answers there?
Well, our next location will be in Castelo Branco to cover also the interior of the country. Okay.
Very good. Yep.
And regarding the importation of the cars, so we import cars 20 years ago. So we have many partners in Germany, in Belgium, and in France. So what we cannot get here, we can import from the outside, and we do all the process, the legalization and everything. Like you just have to pick up the car as it is a national car or imported car. It's the same.
Okay.
For us, it's the same.
Perfect. Okay. I was going to ask you earlier on actually as well. 2026, is that the year that Portugal stops charging tax against the will and wishes of the EU, or do you suspect that will just keep continuing?
Because of the tax.
Yes. Yes, I think the general view is that Portugal continues to charge the import duty but pay the fine to the EU, and that's been going on for a long time now, hasn't it? Do you think will that change ever?
No.
Okay,
They need to put more and more
tax income.
money. Okay,
Yeah.
they have to charge more to Portugal to have a decision from Portugal not to charge that. Okay,
right.
Because this is very funny, because Europe says that we need to stop tax the petrol tax. Okay, we have a petrol taxation free, since the COVID, we have a discount on the taxation of the petrol. Okay,
yeah. Now
the EU say that we need to stop that, and they stop immediately. So
right, okay.
It's the way that we see that some things are good, some things are not good, and
Yes.
the government will do whatever is better for the income of the money.
Yes, and maybe with and Senor Antonio Costa working as the president currently, he's putting in a good word to protect Portugal over there in Brussels. Thanks, João. I think maybe I think I think we might have other questions for you. I don't understand that question, Debbie, there about which bit of it was it that applied to Portuguese drivers driving in Spain? Maybe you can help me out on that. Gonzalo, thanks for answering the Bupa question there behind the scenes as well. I think you're working with Debbie. That's great. That's what happens if you're an Expats Portugal premium member. Consult directly, even before it comes to the screen, behind the scenes there. Nuno, I don't know if you want to add something here. Larunda was talking about the health companies in Spain. Health insurance in Spain is not as it is in Portugal. Is it more difficult in Spain, for example? Another reason, a good reason to stay in Portugal.
So it's not so well spread and not so common as it is in Portugal.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's because of that. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
And I should say that Sanitas, that is part of Bupa, it may be the one that is the best well known.
Yes. Yeah.
In Spain. Okay.
All right.
Nevertheless, there are also international insurers that provide coverage only for Portugal, Spain, France, whatever.
Okay.
So they are not so expensive as if we get the international coverage.
Yes.
Worldwide.
Very good. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Jose was asking for more specific examples of the improved MGen coverage. You were saying there, Plano Total, 1 million euros for serious illness in Portugal, 1 million euros for serious illness, international coverage of neuro rehabilitation services, and the stem cell treatment that you mentioned there as well. Online dermatology. Did you want to say something about that? I'm not sure what that thread was there.
Yes, so dermatologist is one of the medical specialties that it's the worst to get an appointment.
Oh, okay.
No matter if it's through the public or private. So this is a try to make it simple for some situations, like when we need a prescription to get an antibiotic because we have pain in the throat, or so it's something that it's normal, it's common, so we can get the prescription through an online service.
Oh, okay.
Dermatologist is in some situations they also could evaluate, and if they can through an online call, they will do the prescription or the treatment or schedule a personal appointment.
Oh, in-person consultation. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that sounds very helpful. I guess you need good equipment, a good camera to see what's going on. Then that sounds like that could help a great deal. Laurie's asking, when does the new coverage start? These are for plans that renew in the new year, presumably, Nuno.
Yes. So all of that coverage and limits that I wrote are from Plan Total. Other plans are not as well reinforced as the Plan Total. The Plan Total is the top layer one.
Top layer. Okay, look out for that. If you want a quote for Plan Total, get in touch with I am safe at winsurance.pt there. Thanks for that, Nuno. And we'll stay with you because Laurie was asking in the earlier session. Occasionally we get asked when we're talking about rentals and being a home owner as well, but specifically with home rentals, about renters insurance. And that's something I think people are aware of in their country of origin. There's not a similar product necessarily, is there? Is it just contents that you do here for
yes,
renters?
we also have rental insurance. The rental insurance, when we call rental insurance, is basically a guarantee that the insurer does to the landlord that in case of default of the tenant, the insurer will pay the rent.
Yes.
This is the rental. When we name rental insurance, is about this.
Yeah.
But we know that special people coming from North America, when you mention rental is about content, insurance, the goods that you have into home.
Yes.
So it's about insurance, the content, and also the liability, private liability.
Do you have that?
Liability.
Okay. But do you have those?
liability? Yes.
Okay, so those products are available now.
Mhm.
And that would be anything that goes wrong inside the house, as well as theft of contents and possessions.
Correct.
There you go, Laurie. We've got an answer to that. So you can do that through Winsurance as well. Thanks, Nunu, for the time being. Let's go back to Joao. MI has a question. Moving to Madeira and would like to buy a Tesla, but there is no Tesla dealership in the island. People get it delivered from Lisboa. Do you suggest to avoid Tesla on that basis? I think you do anyway, Joao, from earlier conversations we've had. If there is no place to service it there, what would you recommend for a car on Madeira? A 4x4, I think, right, with those roads?
Not necessarily.
Oh,
So, Tesla, as some of you know, it's not my choice, but fair enough who likes it, and it's a good car, that's for sure. You don't have an official service in Madeira for the Teslas, but I'm sure that someone will do assist Teslas in Madeira. I don't know, but I'm sure that there is someone there that does it, because the Teslas are everywhere. So Madeira has a lot of Teslas also. So someone has to service them. And if you want to avoid Tesla, you can buy a brand like a Korean brand or an European brand, and it will be more easily to find a dealer in Madeira.
Very good. And I did notice it might be time to get a good deal on a Tesla. Tesla sales were down in Portugal, as I understand it. So, MI, you might be able to take advantage of that and get yourself a bargain on a fine vehicle. Not Joao's personal choice, but a good car he acknowledges nonetheless there, MI. I hope that helps. Nunu's right. Thanks, Joao. Nunu's right. It took 4 months to get my annual dermatological checkup. So that's going to be a great improvement, the online service there. Thank you very much for that. But Nunu, I would think the liability would be the landlord's responsibility. The landlord would probably have their own insurance as well, wouldn't they, for their property, Nunu?
For the building.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So if that's what you mean,
it's mandatory.
Debbie there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks very much. So mandatory. If you have a building, you must insure it for buildings insurance.
Correct.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you very much. Your landlord should have that. Question for Gilda from MI. Going back to MI, I didn't understand if I should or should not apply for a social security number if I'm retired. Neil, thank you for your help on that. Colleague Neil, thank you. What do you want to say about that, Gilda?
I want to say
depends,
that
right?
if
It depends.
you don't know, you don't need to do it in a rush, but if you are able to do it when Social Security will allow you to do it, I think that you should do it. And I don't know why they are with this. I think that because they got so many people asking for Social Security number for the renewals that they got overwhelmed. But before, we used to take care of Social Security numbers in order to get the European health insurance card. So I would say no need to rush, but when you can, take care of the Social Security number. And also because I have a feeling that with all these changes with migration, they are going to ask for the Social Security number in the future.
Yes, okay. That's the direction of travel, as you said there. So that's a great heads up for us. Be aware of that, folks. That may well be what's going to be happening in the future. Actually, I think because this is the last Dream Team session of the year, we should have your hopes for 2026, and that could include the economy. It could include the demands of the workers today. But we'll come back to that as our final question. Here's a great one from Jose Cruz. I drove past a GNR checkpoint last night. in the opposite direction of traffic, which I was driving, and it made me realize what essential documents do I need to be able to present to the GNR if pulled over. And I think we'll probably get angles on this from both Joao and Nuno. Let's start with you, Joao. What would you advise drivers in this country, especially this time of year? I mean, I got pulled over last year to do a breathalyzer. I was really glad that I had my whole folder of, I said to my wife, could you pass me the folder, please, for this officer? And I had all my paperwork in there. I was really proud of myself. And he's like, no, I don't need that. I need you. Come with me and breathalyze me in a dark corner in Caldas Terrenia. But what, generally speaking, should people carry with them, Joao Amaral, in their car?
So you have to have your ID, your identification,
Yep.
the document of the car, the insurance, the inspection sheet, the annual inspection sheet.
Yep.
And normally they can ask for that, but you have to have it. The vest, the light vest.
Yes.
And the triangle.
Everything, right? So don't scrimp on that, or don't think I won't bother with that. Just like have everything in it. Like throw the book at them if effectively, right? Take everything.
It's better to have everything, yeah.
Yeah, very good. Okay, thanks, Joao. That's really helpful, and it is especially useful at this time of year. There are more checks, I think, than normal at Christmas time, as well as those other times of year when they're doing a special campaign. But Christmas, definitely. Nuno, would you add anything to this?
Sorry, I've been working behind the scenes.
Yes, what to carry in your car for the purposes of a GNR stop. As Joao gave us an encyclopedic list there.
Okay, I wrote that one. So to someone that asked, I don't know if it was.
You've got insurance certificate, driver's license, car documentation, personal documentation. Those are the things that Joao mentioned there.
Yes,
the vest and so on. Any other things? Any other surprises that people should prepare themselves for?
Car inspection.
The what? The inspection.
Oh yes,
the
car inspection. Yes. Also
okay.
that.
All right.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thanks, Daniel, who may have defended somebody who didn't at one point. Thank you very much, all three of you. Neil, go ahead.
I just wanted to add, I heard that you should have an extra pair of prescription glasses with you in your car, just in case. Is that true?
Yes, I heard this too. Is
An
that
extra
true?
pair? Never heard that.
Extra pair, no, but if you have glasses, you should be driving with them. So
yes,
right.
If in the picture of your driver's license you have glasses, then you should have them with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So not an extra, but at least your main ones should be with you in the car.
I did have this conversation with someone recently, and
The things that we learn in this webinar, never
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? Your extra pair of spectacles. That's probably only another 5,000 euros in Portugal, isn't it?
You can always tell them that you're wearing contact lenses. So
Daniel,
that's why I'm a lawyer. Come on.
You're a lawyer, not a liar.
Very good. Excellent. Very good.
I jump in and say that's quite an interesting point, because I recently had the lenses in my eyes replaced, so I no longer need to wear glasses.
Yes.
But of course, on my driving license, it probably says I need to wear glasses.
Yep. So keep those old glasses in the car, Jerry. I think would be the.
I suppose I should, shouldn't I? Yeah. Thanks for that,
absolutely.
Neil. That's useful. Thank you.
If you haven't sold them to another expat on the forum.
Sorry.
Well, I'll sell the expensive ones and keep the cheap ones.
Yes, do that. Joao.
That's very easy to solve. When you will take the picture for your license, you take the glasses off.
Okay, brilliant advice tonight.
I'm checking that now. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Thank you, everybody, for that. There are lots of good EV options, such as Cruz. I would check out which dealers have stations in Madeira and buy from one of those. Thanks for that. We've got those MGen specifics there. We've got the social security question answered. I might need a bit of help here, folks. If I've missed anything, do let me know. We've also got friends over on YouTube as well. Hamed is there. Hi all. We submitted nationality through a lawyer, and now it's 2 months and not received the process number to check status on Justiça website. Why delays in issuing the process number when applying through a lawyer? Daniel, what's happening over there?
I find that fairly normal, the 2 months waiting. So I don't find that out of the norm from what we see here in our law firm. So just so I can clear out what usually happens behind the scenes with lawyers, we receive all the documents, the original ones, and it's mandatory for us to keep the documents for 7 or 10 years, the original ones in the law firm. We scan them all and we submit them in a portal that is only for lawyers to use. So it's not available for non-lawyers or solicitors. It's only available for lawyers because of this obligation of keeping the documents. Then the fees are paid, and eventually, when the machinery behind the scenes in the conservatory and the registry does move, they will issue that consultation code. So 2 months is more or less in the limit of what we see here in the law firm. I don't find that odd because the payment needs to be processed. Then the registry needs to acknowledge that the process was received, and then eventually they'll send the consultation code. At the current time, nationalities are taking around 3.5 years to be granted. So from the time that the nationality process is submitted and until the time that is granted, it's around 3.5 years. It does depend a bit on the type of article connected with the nationality request. And when I say the article, is this nationality via time of residency, nationality via descent of Portuguese citizens? So it depends a bit on the type of nationality request. But as a general rule of thumb, 3.5 years since the delivery of the documentation until the time that the nationality comes out.
Very
good. 2 months for the code doesn't sound off.
Okay, thanks, Daniel. Excellent stuff. So hopefully some comfort there to Hamad. Good evening to you, JP on Earth. Normally in Porto, heading to Valencia tomorrow. Have a great trip. And Gilda, when are you in Burgão next? Presumably when Chris, who's asking the question, is happy to buy you lunch there. I can answer that for you. Whilst we've got you on the screen, Daniel, Jose Cruz had a couple of questions for you. Feel free to unmute, Jose, and ask Daniel your questions.
Yeah, good evening. One is on the nationality legislation that's before the Constitutional Court. Daniel, I've heard you say before on these sessions that new legislation cannot be applied retroactively per the current Portuguese constitution. And my understanding is that this legislation would change the residency requirement from 5 years to 10 years. So would that not already be against the constitutional and violation of the Constitution? And if so, doesn't the Parliament need to change the Constitution in order for that law to pass? So that's the first one. And then the second one is, you've probably seen Mr. Trump's comments about Europe being a decaying creature with weak leaders and basically saying, you're on your own. I'm friends with Putin now, which we all knew. And I saw Mr. Acosta come out and say that he does not appreciate other countries interfering in Europe's politics. I've not heard anything from Montenegro or any other Portuguese politicians, including Chega, which surprises me. I thought they would jump on this right away. So what's your take on, should Portugal respond? How should Portugal respond? Obviously, this is a threat because if Ukraine ends up losing and Russia ends up keeping a big chunk of it, that only gives them more empowerment to continue their attack against Europe. Fortunately, we're at the very far end of Europe, so we probably would not immediately be affected, but there would be some impact. So, constitutional law, is it legal? And if it's not, what happens then? And Trump calling Europe a decaying country or continent not worth his time. What do you think?
We've only got 5 minutes. I will say thank you, Zay. We've known you long enough to call you Zay. Daniel, what do you think?
I'll try to be brief on this one. So,
Thank you.
I don't think that the Portuguese politicians will comment on anything connected with Trump, or at least these declarations connected with Trump. Chega is pro-Trump, so they won't go against him. That's not a chance. And Montenegro, he is not someone that is in fine tune with external policy. He only looks into Portugal, and I don't want to be rude, but he's not well versed in external policy. He does have some competent people that are versed in external policy, but they are a bit afraid of speaking out. So I don't think that you'll hear any Portuguese politicians stating, "Oh, this is impossible. Mr. Trump shouldn't state that." So I don't see that as a possibility, and they will just take the hit and won't complain about it. They'll just carry on as if nothing was said. Regarding the nationality law and eventually that being unconstitutional, well, I don't agree with that, because the law cannot be retroactive. That's totally out of the equation. And if the Portuguese law would be approved, stating that pending nationality requests would need to be refiled, or they would be cancelled because, well, now the law is 10 years, that would be clearly unconstitutional. But the clear-cut moment, or the defining moment, is when do you reach the time to request the Portuguese nationality? So if you have the 5 years today, and you request the nationality today, you're still within the old law, or the current law, not the old law, but the current law. So I think it's possible for the Portuguese government to change the law from 5 years to 10 years, or from 5 years to 7 years. What I think it may be unconstitutional is to create a difference between Portuguese-speaking countries and other countries. So the 7-year, 10-year differentiation, this may be unconstitutional. And there's one other thing that can be unconstitutional, and this is the guarantee of trust. This sounds different in Portuguese, but there's a trust that the Portuguese government and the laws should, people should trust the Portuguese government. And for instance, golden visa clients that applied, that were considering the 5-year rule, and now things are eventually changing. There's some potential violation of the Constitution, because the violation of this trust, or this law, can violate that trust. So I see potential unconstitutional situations connected with this law, but not just changing the law from 5 years to 7 years or 10 years. That I don't find it to be unconstitutional, as long as it just affects future processes and not past processes. This is the way that I see the constitutional being operated on a practical level.
Excellent analysis. Thank you as well for keeping that fairly brief on a massive subject there. Great questions, Jose Cruz, as well. Finally, then, this is the last Dream Team session of 2025. I'd like to thank you all so much for your amazing service to this community over this last year. And if I may just ask you briefly what your hopes are for our beloved country. I'll say yours obviously, but ours collectively here as a community who love Portugal. People want to be here. People are here already. And it'll be great to hear your thoughts, your hopes and dreams. You know, the best performing economy, the general strike today, lots going on in politics. But what are your hopes, your personal hopes for this beloved country of ours? I'll stay with you, Daniel, briefly as well, if we may.
I hope that the nationality law flunks, and that they redo it to at least account people that are caught midway this perfect storm. So this is my 2026 wishes. And I do wish that the Portuguese government looks on what is happening in Italy, that they've closed down the doors to migration, and they are now regretting it. So these are my 2 wishes for 2026.
Thank you so much. And thanks again, Daniel, for being here throughout the year. Really appreciate you for that and your excellent insight and analysis. Thanks, Daniel. And yeah, buon anno novo, Feliz Natal to you, if I don't get to say that before. Same to you, Nuno. What's your thoughts here?
Okay, not much. I only wish leaders leading by example. Only this.
Okay, that's pretty big.
No matter if he's the CEOs, the president, the prime minister,
Yes.
Only this.
Let them lead by example. By their
Yeah.
fruits shall ye know them, I think it says in the Bible, doesn't it? So thank you, Nuno, for that. And thanks again to you. Wonderful service to this community throughout the year. João Amaral, what are your hopes? And forgive us if we go on just for a couple of extra minutes here if we need to. But João, what are you hoping for Portugal in 2026?
Well, I'm hoping that things go more or less like this year. Was not a bad year for Portugal.
Right.
We are good. We are always complaining, but we are if in the final in the final of the day we are good. The economy is good. Everything was good this year, so the year more or less the same would be great.
Imash,
And
okay, that's very
a
good.
better president, of course, a better president would be good.
Okay, I love that. We're always complaining, but it wasn't such a bad year after all.
Yeah.
Thanks, João. Brilliant analysis. And thank
Merry
you.
Christmas for you all. Okay?
Muito obrigado,
Merry Christmas.
igualmente. Pedro Franco, how about you?
Apart from the presidential elections, I wish that we do not have any more elections in 2026.
That's fair enough.
We can have the fires, we can have the floods, but no more elections.
No more elections, please.
I cannot handle it anymore.
Superb. Thanks again, Pedro. Great. Lovely to see you, meet you this year, and come on board as part of the team. So thank you so much for being here. And finally, Gilda, who I think, oh no, sorry, Gonzalo. Let's not overlook Gonzalo. I'm sure a quickie from Gonzalo for 2026, and we'll come back to Gilda.
I'll keep it easier.
Thank you.
Win the World Cup. That's it.
Oh yeah, of course. That goes without saying, right?
That's yeah.
We'll be there celebrating with Portugal for the world. What a fantastic final accolade for Cristiano, right? So okay, yeah, a World Cup win.
Yeah, I hope so, yeah.
Thanks, Gonzalo. Finally,
You're welcome.
Gilda, who I think it was your birthday yesterday. What are your hopes for 2026?
Well, I have my personal hopes, but what I wish for Portugal and for everyone that chooses Portugal to live is that one law applied to every institutional, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like for Social Security, for AIMA, for one law for everyone. No thousands of different interpretations because it's driving us nuts.
Yeah, well said.
The other thing is I wish that people would calm down a little bit.
Yes, I agree.
Everyone needs to calm down.
Like the world, the global temperature.
Yes, like the world, we are facing a very negative energy from the world. And we have war in the world now. Many things and strange things are happening, you know. But we need to remain calm. Otherwise, this is going to collapse soon.
And we know how to do that here. It's one of the first things you hear on arrival as a foreigner. Calma, tranquilo. And I think that's a great message to send to the whole of the world. Thanks, Gilda, and thanks again. It feels like we've been talking to each other for years on here, and we have, and things have changed. And thank you for another fantastic year from you and your entire team. So thanks all of you, and the Dream Team members who couldn't be here tonight. Let me just say thanks to them as well, including Sarah Davey, of course. Sorry, it's 4 minutes past, but I think that was worthwhile. Astrid, Jerry, any final words on this last Dream Team of the year?
No, excuse me, just thank you everybody, especially the members of the Dream Team for making this commitment of being here late at night in Portugal, ongoing to share their information, or their knowledge and their information, helping everybody. So thank you very, very much for everybody.
Okay, vamos embora to Evra, and Feliz Natal, Bom Ano Novo, and we'll see you for.
Can I just jump in and say one thing, please, Carl?
Yeah,
before we started this meeting, I complimented Daniel on his beard, and he told me that he was growing it, and that next week he was going to have it trimmed to make himself look even prettier for Christmas.
Oh.
Now, I don't know what you think, but I think he's already very pretty. But he's promised to come on our online social next Thursday at 7:30, and we will get to see his beard in all its splendor.
And I
So
think
that's worth coming to, right?
it is. It is. If you could dye it white as well, that would be a really brilliant crown touch for the last one of the year.
Ho, ho, ho.
Very good. We'll take that. Cheers, everybody. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
The rest of your evening. Take care. Bye for now. See you.